Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. How do you do?
How do you do? Is that a little bit loud?
Can you even hear us or see us?
Hello. Testing.
Are you working?
We're on air. Yeah, Jack's saying we're on air.
Okay, that's good. Hey, take two today, Swanee.
Yeah.
Take two. I'm in the same gear as yesterday.
Yeah.
Golf gear.
Tell us what happened because you didn't play golf yesterday.
I didn't play golf because my family were all apparently crook. Now, I'm not sure. There's a couple of red herrings there. A little bit of bullshitting going on in the Brown
always
household.
What bullshit?
So game of golf was cancelled yesterday. So I've laid down the law yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
I've made some
Arrangements, I call them.
Because Coles is crook. So I've made some arrangements with other parents to do school pickup. Made it very clear last night that come hell or high water, I'll be playing golf tomorrow.
Your needs are important.
And you'll be going to school.
Summer John is here in force, and we're going to be talking about Summer John later on.
Yeah.
Summer John is like Jonathan Brown, but looser.
It's just a better version.
It's like
Area.
Brownie's hotter cousin
It really is.
who just doesn't care about the rules.
Yep.
Well,
That's
Carl-
Summer John for you.
Carl said to me, are you growing a beard, are you? I go, why does it matter to you? Hey, haven't come into the bull's roar of me for the last 6 months. Why would it worry you about the whiskers?
That's right.
Got it
That's
real.
right. I'm Summer John now.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Stay out of his way.
Yes, absolutely. Stay down.
Yeah, that's
Got a
right.
real look behind the curtain there, John. Into jokes aren't funny today.
What a sadness.
There will be a car, I swear. Come on, you can start calling now for jokes aren't funny. It'll be one of the last ones we do.
I
'cause-
feel it in my loins.
Wow, a tingle.
Summer John has spoken.
Something moving.
Our shows, it's our last few weeks ever. That car's statistically got to go off. So you can start calling now, 13 24 10 for jokes aren't funny. World famous actor man David Wenham's going to be on the show.
I can't wait for that.
Nat Bass will be on the
Yes, the
show.
great Nat Bass.
Yeah.
Rogue Traders, Nat Bass.
Yeah.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Get the jump on summer and check out whatif.com for amazing getaways. Aussies just know how to summer. It's in our DNA.
Bring it on. Book your accommodation, flights, car hire, and more. All on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel? We're talking about scammers. There's a story every day, several stories every day of people getting scammed either on the phone or buying things online that promise to fix your life.
I feel like oldies are most susceptible on the phone.
Yes, I agree. They're getting very, very sophisticated. I got.
And you can confuse couples as well. Just a quick one the other day, Swanee. Coles goes, keep getting this thing for Energex. We've got to pay the Energex bill. I go, Coles, we haven't had an Energex since we lived in Queensland.
That's right.
So we're on Origin Energy.
That's
she
right.
said she was about to pay it.
And the linked ones are good now too.
Leah linked her, very clever.
That looks really
Does.
real.
Gotcha.
Because the e-tag thing, you're kind of all adrift anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they prey on. But they're also preying on, they've got little niche markets, and one of the biggest ones is the weight loss industry, which should be illegal. I'm just going to say the whole industry should be illegal, but particularly gummies. Now I've been caught up in this scam. People are stealing my photos. These companies are stealing my photos and saying, Chrissie Swan uses weight loss gummies. Buy them now.
I've never heard of weight loss gummies.
They don't exist. Use your brains. Sorry, but they don't exist.
Yeah.
It's a tube from the servo.
Full of sugar.
But apparently it kills fat while you're sleeping. And this is what these scammers do, is that they prey on vulnerable people that want a quick fix for something, whether it's bad eyebrows or thin lips or fat ass or whatever. So I see that I get messages every single day from women who have gone, I've just bought your gummies. It cost me $400 US.
Shit.
400 US dollars. And I just have to say, I'm so sorry, contact your bank. It's got nothing to do with me. But it looks really real. And they set them up on, these scammers set up on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, but I've heard these scammers are interacting with people as me.
Are you
Really?
serious?
Yeah.
Didn't
So
know
like,
that,
so
Sonny.
going, they go,
Pretty elaborate.
hey, Chrissie, what do you do? And I go, thanks for contacting me. I take one a night and it melts my fat as I'm sleeping.
Yes.
give me your credit card details. So it looks very real. And I suppose if you don't know me.
They also do they run episodes of Misty Chrissie every Wednesday night.
That's right. I foresee in the future that you're going to be fleeced out of approximately $400. But it's very easy to get caught up with these things because they do make them look very real. And I know that you call me Australia's Oprah, which I hate.
I love it.
But have a listen to this.
It happened to me again today. A woman came up to me and said, "Can you help me get your weight loss gummies?" And I said, "Ma'am, I don't have anything to do with weight loss gummies. Somebody's out there misusing my name, even sending emails to people. I have nothing to do with weight loss gummies or diet pills, and I don't want you all taken advantage of by people misusing my name."
Whoa!
I knew it.
Amen. And I say the same thing. I say the same thing every day. And before you ask, a lot of people go, "Well, why can't you sue?" I've spoken to lawyers. I've tried every avenue. But it's like whack-a-mole. You report something and they just reappear somewhere else.
Right, yeah.
There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Swanee, if we can't beat them, let's join them.
Yes.
Let's make some cash.
Some money.
Yes, this is a Nova exclusive. Take a bottle of these Tic Tacs.
Mate, you'll be fine.
Oh, my God.
I'm on board.
13 24 10. Have you been scammed? There are stories every single day.
This is interesting.
In fact, I think Tony Martin got scammed
Yeah,
recently.
I think he did.
Yes, and Nath Valvo got scammed. So it's happening everywhere.
It's a zoo out there, Swanee.
It's
There's so
almost
much
like-
of it in your face.
Absolutely. It's almost like a community service announcement. Which one has got you?
Yes.
The CityLink pass has absolutely got me. And there's another one where a message comes from your child on WhatsApp.
Right.
Going, "Mum,
Can I have some gummies?
No gummies. I've lost my phone.
Yes.
Can you send me this or whatever?" And your immediate reaction is yes.
Yes, load them up with cash.
Yeah.
There's an eBay one as well, if people have been hit by that one. 13 24 10, we want to know...
Rare ones for small penises. They can be fixed.
Absolutely. That would be because that's an area of vulnerability in our wonderful population of human beings.
You're getting targeted, brother. 13 24 10.
I'm caught up in a terrible one for weight loss gummies, which I have nothing to do with. So if nothing else comes from this segment, if you're thinking of buying these gummies, they're $400.
Why can't it be
I've got nothing to do with them. It makes it look like I do. I don't.
And you cop shade for it then, Swanee.
I do cop shade for it. Yeah.
Also,
It's not
spare
your
a
fault.
thought for Jonathan, who's been targeted daily for penis enlargement products
I know.
that he
I'm
does
sick of
not
it.
need.
No, I don't fall into it because I just go straight to, I send it off, bin.
Yeah.
Bin.
But they keep
No, I
coming.
know. Well, they've got access to
It's
his
an
camera.
avalanche.
They've got access to his camera
His
roll.
webcam.
Yeah, and they know.
They know.
that you are a customer.
Yeah.
You just don't know it yet.
Won't
Brad,
admit to it.
good morning in Hillside.
Good morning, mate. How are you?
Brad, tell us how you got scammed.
So there was one afternoon I received a text message saying, "Hey, it's Mum. I've left my card at home. I'm stuck. Can I get you to send me $150? And I thought that it was actually my mum's new number because she's got two numbers. And I thought that would have been her new number. And I thought, I'll send Mum some money. But at the time, my partner had called me pretty much within the same time. And I heard my mum in the background. I said, "Can you ask my mum why she needs the $150 for if she's with you?" And she said, "Oh, no, don't do that. That's the new scam." I said, "Well, it's a good thing it was told because I was about a click away from sending it." And yeah.
So this is what they do. They must have some sort of behavioural department.
Heartstrings.
Kids, weight loss, penis enlargement,
Yes.
mothers.
For Jonathan.
Yes.
Where you just go, do it now to avoid further, ramifications, the threat of it.
Is it coming through more on text message now? Because that's probably harder to regulate.
Text, email, and social media is massive.
Yeah,
Facebook
but it's always
is full
been
of it.
email. Always been email, though.
Yeah.
And you sort of think, this is a scam.
Yeah.
But when you get a text, though,
Yes.
it's a little bit more personal.
I agree.
Brad, a family pass to Melbourne Zoo. Lauren, how did you get scammed?
Lauren, talk to us.
Oh, hi, guys. Yes, I got scammed by my daughter wanting to try the weight loss gummies.
No.
So $50, she said. She found them online. Gave her my credit card details, $420 US.
What?
No gummies, and over 10 transactions. So
What?
if you want to try and claim that money back, it's $25 per transaction through the bank.
That's fun.
Oh my God! Now, Lauren, who did they put up as a person, as a spokesperson for the gummies? Was it Oprah or me or?
This one there was no face attached. There was no Oprah, and there was no Oprah from Nova 100 either.
Wasn't my former teammate Chris Johnson after his Italian honeymoon, was it?
Good question. Good question. Lauren, hey, I wonder if anyone's actually ever lost weight on these gummies.
No, they're just lollies.
Hey, I'm just asking.
Like, go to the servo and get a packet of Morella Jubes and they will do the same thing. And sometimes they're on sale, 2 for $5.
Competitive. Lauren, 6 bottles of Zonzo Estate wine.
$420 US.
Terrible, isn't it?
God, I feel sick about it. I feel so sick about it. Please don't buy these gummies.
It's been better spent on one of my horses.
Correct. No, that's not correct. Dean in Clyde, finally. What do you got for us?
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
So a mate of mine got scanned by eBay. He bought a car, and what they did was they enlarged the car to make it look realistic and legit. When he showed me, I thought it was legit too. And he's paid for the car. He's gone to pick it up. It was a little toy car.
You
Your mate's an idiot!
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. It's been reported in the papers recent times, including overnight. Sam Pang's 3AW match was the headline. Got my attention. I thought, geez, I need to... it makes sense to me now.
Dino's face.
That's big.
He's all in. I've never seen a man more all in.
3AW, our man.
What?
Then it says reasons to love Pang for AW. It goes on to say, with Sam Pang not tied to Nova FM next year...
Where is he? He'd be fuming at
could
this.
This mean he's heard on 3AW? Pang has friendly ties to Melbourne's #1 radio station. He's great mates with AW's breakfast king, Ross Stevenson.
I did see Russell Howcroft.
The Stevenson connection is concerning.
That is real. Landing him on one of the AW shows would be a joy for listeners. Now, I put 2 and 2 together. I matched it up because when I read this, I go, this is interesting. Our friendship is close. We've got a strong bond, and things happen in your life behind the scenes which you don't mean to happen.
Yeah.
And Sam, the other night, accidentally emailed me.
Wow!
Did he?
Where was the email supposed to go?
It was supposed to go to 3AW. It was his demo tape.
That's interesting.
Demo tape. Now, so I'm
John, that was a private email.
Yeah, have you got the walkie-talkie?
Hey, remember, you're going to say over after you...
No, we can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, over.
Yeah, nice.
A private email's supposed to go to 3AW.
With a demo tape on it.
Yes,
now,
yes.
I didn't want to cross the borders of our friendship, but I thought, you know what, Swanee, I just have to bring it to the table now because that's what I do. Of
course.
I'm an honest breakfast broadcaster,
Yes.
okay? And the listener must be gifted for their loyalty over the journey of 7 years.
Absolutely.
Here's the demo tape.
Until 5:30, Australia Overnight.
Wait, we're going to crank it. Let's start this again. Here we go.
Until 5:30, Australia Overnight.
You're listening to Overnights with Sam Pang. Coming up this hour, we've got the rumour file. I speak to Sly of the Underworld. And, of course, my world-famous Pang's Poll. What do you prefer, blue pens or black pens? Give us a call, 96900 693. You
Great
mightn't
question.
believe this, but I'm a black pen man. You're listening to 3AW. Overnights with Sam Pang.
He's a black pen man.
I never saw that coming. I would have thought blue for sure.
What do you think? He's a little bit flat. You know, the dulcet tones. He might need some support
To be
there.
honest, I've never heard him so excited.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your sunny, I'm going to say Wednesday. And we're thrilled to welcome to the microphone 3LW's latest acquisition, Sam Pang.
Funny, I was about to say it's a thrill to be here. And it is. Well,
And
it
I
is.
ruined it.
You ruined it with silly silly reporting of just, wow.
People think I've made that up. It's in the papers today.
Oh, well, it must be.
It
must be true.
Thank you, Christine.
Sam Payne 3RW match.
Don't worry about what's in
love paying for
Don't worry about me and 3W.
What's happened to journalism? Truly, what's happened to it?
Yeah, just
might be a longer discussion.
That didn't lead. That didn't lead the article, though, Swanee.
Doesn't feel like
the article was the latest contestant in Love Island as a particular type. She likes AFL footballers because she revealed that she's slept with over 10 AFL footballers.
Oh, who hasn't?
This is the time for Summer John.
She's looking back in the game.
What are you? Summer John.
Summer John.
You
You're really loose and dried up.
Loose.
Don't worry about, by the way, don't worry about that sort of silly stuff. What about the fact that this is in the paper today? Dino is just kidding. Radio host Dino Thomas has launched a passion project, Childish Deano, and look, let's just be honest.
What?
It's officially, it's a virus. You're a virus.
Get the Zithromax.
I'm an airborne virus.
Yeah.
Penetrating folks' lungs.
Are you comfortable saying how many views?
Yeah, we got like
500,000 views.
500,000.
People need to take antibiotics with food before watching Childish Deano.
Avoid it at all costs because it'll get in you.
I'm telling you. So episode 1 is still there today, right? Go and watch it. It's 4 minutes. I've been described. People ask me. I said it's 4 minutes of magic.
It is. It's magical, like our friend Dino.
So just at Childish Deano.
Yeah, on TikTok and Instagram. Just hit it up.
Find it. Just do yourself a wonderful start to the day.
You may get infected. Good morning, Melbourne. Hey,
you made it.
Jokes, yeah.
In confidential.
Yeah.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram. Win a brand new Mitsubishi Mirage just by hearing one noise. Sam Pang's Jokes Aren't Funny.
This is it. We're going to give this car away. I can feel it. Gavin, is it going to be to you?
I hope so.
I hope so too, Governor.
All right, Gavin.
All right.
All right. Take
so
it away,
recent-
Gavin. No, everybody, just wait 1 second. Everybody, we've all got our listening ears on. Gavin, you're prepped.
Yep, ready to go. All right. Recently, divorced bloke. He's like going through the bric-a-brac stores because he's got no money, obviously. And he finds a lamp, gives it a rubber, genie pops out. Goes, you've got 3 wishes. He goes, but there's a catch. Every wish you make, your wife's going to get double that wish. So here's the thing where he goes, all right, no problem. He goes, all right, first wish, he goes, I want to have $1 million paid in my bank account every week. And the genie goes, no problem. He goes, but your wife's going to get $2 million. He goes, yep, all right, done. So he goes, right, second wish. So he goes, I want to have a luxurious apartment in every major capital city around the world. So when I go travelling, I've got somewhere lovely to stay. He goes, all right. He goes, well, your wife's going to get 2 of them as well. He goes, yeah, all right, no problem. He goes, what's your third and final wish? He goes, I want you to scare me after death.
I'm looking for someone.
Oh, never mind.
Jesus, well told.
Gavin, it was.
Well told.
Good rhythm.
You know what? Jokes are funny in a pub. That's the difference.
I agree with you, Gavin.
It'd be funny if you were telling it in a pub. I'd love to have a beer with Gav.
Well, you can, I reckon. I reckon he'd be free.
Gav, I'm going to give you a family pass to the Big Bash League. Melbourne Renegades return to Marvel Stadium for Big Bash family fun on the 18th of December. Thanks for calling up, man. All right. Go to George in Blackburn North.
Hi, Georgie.
Good morning, folks. How you doing?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that voice. I was expecting a man.
like a woman with a man's voice, not a man's, but traditional man's name, like Georgie. Georgie's a cool name for
Yeah, I know. We know that about
Thank
you.
Daryl.
What is wrong with you? I like a woman called Ted. Whatever. Hey, George, what do you got?
Bill.
You can call me Ted. That's fine. That works too. All right. So, we know how much people like to call up and say how much they want to, you'd be their whole cast, Sam. And so this is a little bit about just telling you that women can have 3 different types of orgasms. Now, some people may be aware that we can have different...
George.
Restart, Georgie.
George, we got a bit funny, so just start from the joke again.
I really want you to get this car. Okay, go, George.
Not a problem. So women can have different types of orgasms. Now, not everybody knows this, so I'm here to share. And particularly since you're often people's hall pass, Sam Pang, this might be right up your alley.
Okay.
So women can have a positive orgasm. And the positive orgasm goes a little like this. Like, oh, also have a religious orgasm. That one goes a little like this. Oh, God, Jesus, oh, my God, oh, God. And then there is the third, and that's the fake orgasm. And that goes a little like this. Sam Pang!
Oh, dear.
I don't think it's just a little bit triggering, you know what I mean? It's like,
She's bringing back bad memories.
I've heard that sort of...
Are you an ex-girlfriend of
It's all
Sam's
right, just settle down.
Good question, John.
That was... George, that
Very
was...
well told.
George, that was magnificent.
Very accurate, I
That
believe.
is a
too.
woman that's faked a lot of orgasms.
George,
that might be on the promo today.
Can you give George a good... I really appreciate
Sure.
that sort of effort. It's not the sort of level of performance I would, go to.
Yeah.
So I like that she did that.
Did you practice that in front of your kids this morning, George?
All right. A $200 make-out meal voucher. Make-out Meals delivers meal kits with recipes by top restaurants like Entrecote, Mamacita, Easy Peasy and more. I'll give you that. I'll give you 6 bottles of Zonzo Estate, authentic Italian cuisine in the heart of the Yarra Valley. And I'll give you a family pass to the Melbourne Zoo, Georgie.
You really liked
All
George.
for pretending to have an orgasm with me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, let's go to
We've all done
Ballarat
it.
to our
Ryder.
favourite dishonest 15-year-old. It's Ryder. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ryder, every time you call up, I see you in a darkened room in a black cloak with your hands in a steeple.
That is exactly what's happening.
Yeah, writing a manifesto, I would have thought too, by the way. Just keep an eye on that. No, Ryder, what do you got, mate?
Well, there were 3 men in Antarctica and they were very cold and had lost all their equipment. So they had to sleep under one blanket. One of the men on the end woke up the next day and said, I had a dream that I was being pleasured. The man on the other hand said that he had the exact same dream. The man in the middle said, oh, that's funny. I had a dream that I was skiing.
I get it.
Wow.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Sorry,
is,
brother.
This is what this is the last days of Rome. George's boy. George's on fire.
Has Summer John got anything to say about that?
No.
You don't need an explanation, Summer John. You're good.
No explanation.
It's a shame George wasn't over on that skiing trip.
You have look. We're gonna send you some great stuff, Ryder. Trust us. Let's go to Angela.
We're still going.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Angela.
A particular slant to it today, the jugs.
I know.
Yeah, real.
It's like we're trying to get rid of the car or something. Really trying to get rid of it.
Angela, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. What do you got?
That's good. Why do orphans miss half of their basketball season?
Why do orphans miss half of their basketball season?
Because they don't have home games.
Melbourne traffic.
Nova 100.
Come on.
Melbourne traffic.
Nova 100.
Mace, put us back on the radio. We're on the radio? Angela. Sam, you didn't laugh at that one.
Hey?
You didn't laugh.
No, I didn't. No, we
What's
didn't.
so funny about an orphan, Jack?
I love him. But just saying, that was a quality segment.
Great segment.
Weirdly, this segment is getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look, Angela.
The car is safe.
Worse, but better.
Yes. Yes, Summer John.
Thank you, John.
The car lives for another week.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
An old mate.
Natalie Bassingthwaighte. You might have heard her in The Rogue Traders, seen her in Neighbours, or recently Elvis. And you can see this wonderful ball of energy in the theatre too. To see Symphony in 2023, visit symphony.com. Tickets go on sale 10 a.m. next Wednesday. Here's Nat Bass.
Hello, darling. How are you
Hey,
guys?
can you explain to us what symphony is?
Oh my gosh, it's an extravaganza. There's like a 60-piece orchestra. These shows are set in like some of the most amazing places in Melbourne. It's the Sydney My Music Bowl with a DJ. It's all dance anthems, like global hits. I'll be singing, but like, yeah, so it's like an orchestra with a DJ, and it's pretty epic, a massive lighting show. So the biggest party that you can get your butt to, pretty much, for next year.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're going to be
wild.
performing with the Rogue Traders. Was it hard to pick? Are you picking one song or a few?
No, I'm going to do a couple. I'm going to do definitely Voodoo Child. Don't know what the other one is, but we've just been in the studio finally, and we're going to be releasing a new track, so maybe I might do it there. I don't know yet. I don't know what the other one's going to be yet, but maybe that one.
Imagine how good it'll be to hear everybody going, "Here come the drums, here come the drums."
Well, Sydney My Music Bowl can fit like 11,000 people, so it's going to be one of the biggest, venues or spaces that I've kind of performed in such a way, like the orchestra, having a DJ and orchestra mixed together, I think is going to make it super exciting, and the lighting show is wild.
60-piece orchestra too, Nat. Can you do me a favour, right, when you get out there? Right, and like mid-song, just stop mid-song, because there's a 60-piece orchestra in front of you.
Yeah.
And you just stop mid-song and you just pick someone out of the orchestra randomly, right?
Yeah.
And just say, "Hey, mate, can you lift?" Because you're really letting the rest. Because whenever I see a 60-piecer, same with the choir, I always think, are we sure everyone's doing
the job,
doing their bit? How can you tell that?
It's usually the timpani drum guy.
Oh,
There you
come
go.
on.
Pick
Come
him out.
on. Wild.
Hey, you on the oboe. Lift, mate.
The oboe.
Yeah.
No, if someone went down, Nat, would you be capable of replacing anyone in that 60-piece orchestra on an instrument?
I mean, look, I play a mean tambourine, could probably play a triangle, but that's about it. I'm not sure if that's part of an orchestra.
Tickets go on sale next Wednesday. Symphony, SYNTHONY. It's a play on symphony and synthesizers, I'm guessing.
I guess.
And it's going to be in February next year. The weather's going to be amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Hey,
get
Nat,
your tickets.
When Neighbours wrapped up, was there a big blowout? Was there a huge party at someone's house?
There were big parties. I didn't end up going in the end because I was back home. But I think there were some pretty large parties going on.
Harold was loose on the dance floor.
Harold's always loose, let's be honest.
Really?
Can we talk about your role at He Is? We've had some very unsavoury off-air discussions about Harold.
Have you?
Yeah, a little bit.
He's a bit naughty.
Elvis, the movie, you were in that. What was that like?
Oh, it was so crazy. Like, just to be a part of it even in just the smallest way was pretty beautiful. Like, working with Baz and having Tom Hanks come up, and he was like, "Hey, I'm Tom," and I'm like, "Hi." A little bit nervous because it's Tom Hanks. It was amazing. Just such a really crazy experience. We did one of the scenes they had like 450 extras, and it was like the recreation of the Las Vegas showroom, and it was just one of those really special experiences.
Nat, I follow you on Insta, and I feel like, stop me if this is too personal, but I feel like you've done a lot of like evolving in the last, say, 1 or 2 years. Yeah, I feel like you've changed. Yeah.
In what way?
Do you feel that? I don't know. I just feel like you're
positively or negatively.
Positively. I feel like you've like sorted some stuff out and you've stepped into your power and all that sort of stuff.
I do feel that. Yeah, it's so strange you say that. Like, I do feel like I've had a flowering of sorts, and I do feel like I'm coming into my own. And still evolving, still changing and growing and learning, and life is interesting and hard and beautiful and all of the above, but rolling along.
See that, Brownie? That's what can happen. It can be growth. Not just like you, just stuck where you were 10 years ago thinking you still play football. You can grow, mate.
Well, I get it. She started smoking. Okay.
Symphony in 2023, again in February. It's going to be amazing. Symphony.com. Tickets go on sale 10 a.m. next Wednesday.
Yeah, baby.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Nat.
Nat's an actress. Have you ever asked Nat this, your big question?
Well, I had it loaded, ready to go. I was just waiting to get to the end of the interview.
What is it?
Well, we've seen you have been you played a small role in Elvis, but you played, obviously, big role in Neighbours as Izzy. I loved Izzy.
What'd you love about Izzy?
Just everything. Package deal.
Just everything.
Just everything. I don't care what you say.
I asked all the famous actors this, Nat. Nat Bassingthwaighte. How do you remember your lines?
How do I remember the lines? Well, I
Yes.
think the more that you read them, the more that you remember them. That's a good one. Pretty basic,
a
pretty
great tip.
straightforward. Thank you very much. Yeah, look, it's just becoming really familiar with the script and then doing all your backstory and kind of the more that you're familiar with each and every part of the story in and outside of what's actually written on the page, the more that it becomes quite easy.
I appreciate your effort in answering that question.
It's a good performance right at the end to pretend to give an interesting answer to a terrible question. Well done, Nat.
Nat Bass, we love you. We'll see you in February.
Thanks,
heaps.
guys.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Last night was unbelievable. I'm not sure whether you witnessed the blood moon last night.
I told you yesterday.
Yes.
Last time I saw a blood moon was after the marathon in New York,
Yes.
and it was
I'm glad you
your
clarified.
bottom. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Glad you've clarified that, Sam.
Well, just it was a different. I did that yesterday at 9 o'clock. It's 10 to 8 now. Yeah, thank you.
I know you went out to watch a documentary last night.
I
did
did.
you get an opportunity? Because the eclipse lasted for about 84 minutes last night, but you had about 3 hours to get some part of it. But the actual full blood moon was 84 minutes. Did you get a chance?
No, I missed it, but I know you would have been out there. Any chance not to be in the house?
I was.
Just out there.
I was out there last
gardening with your bottle of scotch.
Well, I actually did. I went out there. No, I took the kids out at 9:15 last night, where it switched over into a full blood moon.
9:15.
My kids were
Aren't
all
they in bed?
asleep.
Tell your kids go to bed.
Mate, I'm all about educating the kids. You know, the world, it's a big wide world out there, and this thing only...
Educating the kids.
Yeah,
see,
sure.
See, this scotch, this is a 12-year-old. This is 12 years old, this one.
It's
this
smoother.
one's 16 years old.
I may have had a beverage in my hand, but it was dark. Kids couldn't see. They can't tell the difference.
So was it-
between apple juice and scotch?
Jeez, Dad's drinking a lot of juice this
I
summer.
know. I loved it. It juiced up. But last night was officially called a beaver blood moon. Now, the reason I took the kids out was because it won't be happening again until September the 8th, 2025. Now, we've been fortunate enough. We've had two virtually exact replicas this year of the blood moon eclipses, or the total eclipses. And it's the most balanced eclipses we've had in 430 years. So I'm just getting some facts out here at the moment.
So you're not only about educating your kids, you're about educating your co-hosts
Absolutely.
as well, and I appreciate
Can I say
that.
one thing?
I'm just trying to... I want people to appreciate the significance of the event last night.
It's big.
The significance of the event, which you just said will not be happening for I was thinking, wow, this is not going to happen for what, 20, 30? I grew up with
2
Haley.
years.
I grew up with Haley's Comet being a big thing, like once every 75 years. Yeah. You're saying that last night's event was so big that it's not going to happen for another 3 years.
Whoa!
Yeah, 3 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
We've just been lucky. We're in a time at the moment where it happens more regularly. You can go lots of years without...
How many, John? How many?
No, we can go over a century
Really?
without it not happening.
He's got the answer to that.
Absolutely. I studied it last
Lisa.
night. I'm an amateur astrologist.
I swear to God, we had a red moon 2 years ago.
I agree, we did.
We had a red moon at the start of the year. I just told you that.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't listening. My bad.
You weren't listening. And they both went for about 84 minutes, which is the most balanced we've had in
Neil
430
deGrasse Tyson,
years.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say,
I'm
this is
impressed.
I love this new character, aggressive astrologist.
No, it's Summer John. It's all
Yeah.
part of Summer John.
Yeah, but he's angry. What are you angry? You're talking about the stars and the moon.
You know what the phenomena was last night? It was called a syzygy, not a symphony, which was that Bassingthwaighte's
There's a bit.
show.
There's a lot
It's
going
a lot
on.
happening in the mouth.
Hey, just a reminder, that mouth is not your own.
He's educating us.
Don't
It's a
push it.
syzygy, So syzygy is where the sun, earth and the moon line up at the perfect angle so the moon passes through the earth's shadow. And that's why we get the full
Well, I
blood
think that's
moon
all
last
very
night.
interesting.
Nerd alert.
Biscuit.
Snore. No, it's
I feel
good.
bad because I just bundled my kids off to sleep so that I could read on my Kindle last night. I didn't give a rat's.
You should have had them out there educating.
Yeah, I should have.
Mind you, we weren't in the right place. You know, the best place to watch the blood moon was last night?
Lilydale.
No.
Narrywarren.
No.
Ringwood.
No.
Where, John?
The salt.
Point Cook.
The salt flats of Bolivia.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
How about some tropical stuff?
Yes, please.
Lift me up.
Put me down.
Closer to the fan. Jesus, right. No, it's a good song. Hey,
great song.
No, it's good. It's all good.
Good song. So, yeah, some tropical stuff. Mate, what about this? Jackie loves this story. Police have cornered a stolen Hawthorn Mercedes, right? So a Mercedes got stolen in Hawthorn, but then they found it. They found it in a drive-through in Macca's in Springvale.
Yes!
I love that.
Why would you do? Look, you've got the Mercedes. You're in Hawthorn. What can we do? Celebrate. Joy,
I get it,
Where are we
because
going?
it's very disappointing. There is a McDonald's in Hawthorn, but it's not drive-through. And if you're in a Mercedes, you don't want to get out of it.
So there's one in Kew, but Glenferrie Road, you got to actually walk in.
You got to get out.
Got to get out. Get out of the car.
5 teenagers arrested. Mate, good on them.
What
Just
about-
it's made a little bit of fun.
No harm, no foul there.
Oh,
If
geez.
I owned that Mercedes,
Imagine
no,
being
no charges.
Imagine being a teenager and then in a Mercedes.
Great.
And where are we going? Macca's. Where? Springvale. Oh, mate.
I wonder if they had to hotwire it. You still, would you be able to hotwire a Merc?
Maybe
You know, I'd love
the
to. I'd
electric ones.
love to learn how to hotwire a car.
Oh yeah, my
That'd be great.
10-year-old boy can teach you.
Bam.
He's had it covered since you were 6.
That is so
lot of
I hope
tropical
you're
stuff.
covering his tropical stuff. I hope you're covering the big news.
What?
Big news overnight that when I read the paper, Sampang's 3AW match.
Congrats, mate.
It says Sampang not tied to Nova next year. Could this mean he's heard on 3AW?
Congrats.
You're both really just ridiculous.
Very close, you and Ross Stevenson.
They're a tight outfit over there.
Can I take Jack with me? That's all I want to know. If I can take Jack with me, I'll consider
My
it.
Jack?
No, not your Jack. Yeah, just to break into the building.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, just be careful what you read, because I'm so alarmed with how much is made up. No. I just didn't realise. I really didn't. I may be,
Well, Swanee.
It says there
Swanee,
that
it might say that, though. It might say that, and you might think it's made up. But you don't realise that there is some audition tapes for Pang floating around.
Until 5:30, Australia Overnight.
You're listening to Overnights with Sam Pang. Coming up this hour, we've got the rumour file. I speak to Sly of the Underworld. And, of course, my world-famous Pang's poll. What do you prefer, blue pens or black pens? Give us a call, 96900 693. You mightn't believe this, but I'm a black pen man. You're listening to 3AW. Overnights with Sam Pang. People think I don't reveal anything. That's a big revelation.
That'll cost you too. It's Brownie's big poll.
I am a blue.
You've ripped that segment off.
I've stolen it.
I am a blue pen girl. Do I win the Hoyt's Herbs and Spices hamper, Sam?
No, you win. You win those still with Pawtucky hams. They still got them.
Mainly Hoyt's. Mainly Hoyt's.
I just can't wait. I
Spices.
can't wait to meet the tin professor.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a real professor. Unlike Smallsy, who has no medical background at all and runs a surgery here on Nova at night.
You do not know that.
Also,
It's a big day today.
The one thing I'll be doing if I do head over to 3AW,
Yeah.
I'll be giving the doyen of news reading in this city, Tony Tardio. I'll be giving him a big hug and a warm embrace, and just asking him if everything's all right after the poor man had to endure this yesterday while reading the news.
The man responsible for the massacre of 17 people at a high school in the United States has been sentenced to life in prison. Jonathan Kersley reports.
Oh, the blind factory!
The blind...
I cannot believe it.
Damn it, stop it.
Oh, did it?
jeez.
I cannot believe it.
That actually happened yesterday, so
Tardio should be suspended for
That's
that.
not his fault, John.
No.
Is that ad racist, by the way?
No.
What's going on?
Can I request?
What's happening?
Why is it
Oh,
racist?
it sounds like someone's doing a really bad Asian accent.
Oh, I don't hear that. Can I suggest a Pang's poll? What is worse, the Peter Hitchener Channel 9 news grab where he laughs and then goes straight into human remains, or that one from yesterday?
It's pretty bad. That's jarring. The one yesterday.
Hey, both fine. both great and memorable, as opposed to all the stuff. Most of the stuff on radio, which is so disposable, and you just blurt it out, no one ever remembers it. That's something that'll live on forever. Especially on this show.
Responsible for the massacre of 17 people at a high school in the United States has been sentenced to life in prison. Jonathan Kersley reports.
Oh, the blind factory.
It's always funny.
Snakes are having a bumper breeding season. You know that in Melbourne.
Oh, no.
You love your snake. A big stat yesterday that there's only 2 deaths in Australia or in Melbourne.
That's right.
2 deaths in Australia from snakes every year.
So who cares?
Is that because we've got all that anti-venom?
The two that go down every year, I'm sure they're not thrilled.
Yeah, no, I think most Swanee, exactly right. Their families wouldn't be. I think, Swanee, you're right, Swanee. I think it's because majority of Australians live in major centres around Australia where, obviously... Great.
Thank you, Ranger Stacey.
Great.
Thank you.
You're in rare form.
Halfway through that, he realised
exactly
what was happening.
Jeez,
the hands went up in the steeple. See?
Stop doing the steeple, by the way. That's my move. Don't stop doing it.
No, continue, John.
My pole.
Continue, John. He's taught us about astrology. Now he's teaching us about native wildlife.
Well, obviously, as I said, majority of the population, I think 80%, live in major centres around Australia where there's obviously great supplies of anti-venom. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
Well,
sounds good. That checks out, Jonathan.
Hey, our boy Max Gawn.
Thank you, Christo.
No worries.
You're not getting any compliments from me. That sounded made up. Maxie Gawn's in the news. Our boy.
Yes.
Melbourne skipper has declared he's bullish about his looming partnership with Brodie Grundy. Of course, if you missed AFL Trade Week, unlike Brodie, who didn't miss a second of it, Brodie Grundy has left Collingwood. He's gone to Melbourne, and Collingwood are paying half his salary to play at another club. And Maxie so this is 2 twin towers. It's like, this is big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's big. Well,
it's going to be a good partnership, John.
You could have named your own price if you had said 2 years ago that Max Gawn and Brodie Grundy
will be on the same team.
At that stage, will be on the same team. They're the 2 best ruckmen in the competition. Well, Grundy has dropped off slightly. Max is still obviously at the height of his game, but hopefully Brodie can get back to his best, and it's a formidable combination.
Well, Maxie is, like it said, very, very bullish about the partnership.
2-time All-Australian, 2-time Best and Fairest winner for half his salary. Like, it's an amazing gig. Like, come in, Brodie. I'm more than happy. If he can help us win a flag, which I think he can, could be Brodie forward, could be me forward, could be both in the ruck, could play one could play mid. Probably not, but one could.
Probably not. Max is so good. Max is like you. He talks and talks, but then unlike you, when he realises he's stuffed up, he just acknowledges it immediately.
Probably
whereas
not.
you keep going.
I was on one of my walks the other day, and I walked past his new restaurant, cafe, bar.
What's it called? Motor.
It's called Motor, and it's gorgeous.
Where is
you
it?
would love it. It's in Glenferrie Road.
Why would I love it, Christine?
Because it's got little booth seating, and it's quite dark and private, and the menu is great, and the cocktail list is great. It's got a real kind of Rat Pack vibe.
That'll be on.
Like
Listen,
I'm going there tomorrow night.
Are you?
Got a function, yeah.
I wish Max all the best, but that joint will be on fire for insurance purposes within 6 months. Listen, hey, let's finish with this. You want tropical stuff.
Yeah.
This is Childish Deano is how would you describe it, Dean?
It's a snackable cartoon about a pistol 8-year-old with my voice.
4 minutes of magic, I describe it as, and it was episode 1 was released on Monday.
Big showing too last night in the Brown household on the big screen.
Yeah, you watch on the big screen, it's awesome.
Was it received well by the children?
Jackie Brown came in, he goes, Dino's thing is funny.
Come on.
And he loved it. He got most of the jokes too.
High
so
praise.
I asked him what you like about it. He rolled out a few things.
That's awesome.
Loves the plane
Well,
crash into the
Judy.
Bam, bam. That's high praise from
It's
them.
so funny. It's such an enjoyable watch. And it's episode 1 dropped on Monday.
Yeah.
500,000 people agree with you.
500,000 people.
What?
500,000, Chrissy. That's officially a virus.
It is.
You need antibiotics and food, and then you're allowed to watch it.
And a drip. You need a drip in your vein.
Right. But the episode 2.
It's out now.
Oh, is it?
So,
Watch it.
if you go to @Childish Deano, go to on TikTok, Chrissie Salmon Brownie page on Insta, you'll find it.
Get on board now. Like, it's, this is a little, in the era of binge watching, you've got 2 to watch now. So there's 8 minutes out of your
And
day.
the second episode features the great Tony Martin.
Yeah, they have a run-in.
How cool.
But I've got a little...
Get on early. Like you said, get on early.
Yeah, get on now.
While the wave's happening.
I've got a little snippet here because Dino gets a new footy, and this just celebrates the friendship between him and his best mate, Kit, played by Swanee's actual kid, Kit. Childish Deano, it's about me. I'm a kid, I'm 8. Kitty, kitty, kit, you are my best friend all night, all day, baby.
Yes, Dino, yes.
We're going to live forever, Kitty.
Yeah, we are.
Kitty, I feel invincible when I'm around you. Punch me in the guts.
Respectfully, no.
Fair enough. Kitty, you're my best friend. I'd do anything for you. I'd even pee on the Prime Minister's shoes.
Woo! You know the scary weird guy that lives on the corner?
Creepy old Mr. Webster.
I'd kill him for you, Dino.
Oh, that's big. Episode 2. It's up.
Get on board.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
In this studio, we were expecting Jonathan Brown, but the man that came in was not Jonathan Brown. It was Summer John. Dino identified at first that Summer John was in the house and he'd be seeing us out to the end of our show.
Summer John is a feeling and a way of life. He's hairier, he's looser, he's more relaxed.
So
Happens about Melbourne Cup week.
It does, because you work very, very hard, and he has to be TV John. He has to be all sorts of Johns.
You work hard, do you, mate?
But come this time of year,
I do, especially at home.
definitely, it's definitely Summer John. And you grow a beard, and your hair's a bit looser,
Sorry.
and he's a bit freer.
Mate.
He's doing fun stuff.
He's open.
You're not that normal, like you're normal during the year. You're just like a stiff. But
Yes.
now you're really lifting up.
They've got the golf gear on too.
Some would argue that Summer John is the real John.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Johnny would like to be all year round.
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. And it's, it might be the sort of John that you're going to be a bit more next year.
Absolutely, Chris.
Summer
thanks,
John for 2023. Vote 1.
It's a feeling, like you said.
Mate, an energy.
When you say Summer John things, I've got a few little buttons that I want to press, and I want to run them past you and see what you think. Dino likes this music, so when you say loose and funny things as Summer John, he likes this music. Summer John's in the house.
You know, you've got an open shirt, maybe thongs on. You don't care, man. You're Summer John.
I'm picturing cocktail.
No, you've got
Beach of Jamaica or Barbados.
You've absolutely got a drink with an umbrella and some fruit in it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
See, I see Summer John.
Melbourne pineapple.
I see Summer John with a stubby and a personalised stubby cooler.
Correct.
I feel like that's Summer John's thing.
Correct.
In that giant fist.
Well, the other day, Swanee, when this started on Sunday night, I took the kids for a stroll down to the playground, and I just took a couple of travellers with me.
Yes.
With a stubby holder on it with a sign that said Keefy. That was my ex-local butcher up in Queensland.
That's perfect.
Keefy, he's travelled with me.
Yes, you sound as though it's just completely normal. Oh, yeah, I took a couple of travellers. You can actually just do some parenting without plying yourself with alcohol to dull the pain.
You can.
Get through
Summer John can't.
get through pushing swings
Summer John
without a
can't.
canyon.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, I want you to say, hard as a cat's head, and then we're going to try out one of the Summer John stings.
Hard as a cat's head.
Okay.
From Summer Rain.
Okay.
Is that you, Swanee?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's familiar.
Yeah, that's me. That's me, guys.
Can I try one?
I think you're out of tone a little bit.
Yeah.
Summer John, I once saw Summer John drink from the Yarra River.
Ooh, Summer John. That's from the great Summer Wine by Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood.
Okay.
That's warm. I'm warming to this.
I like that one
That's
better.
better, that one.
What about this one? I once saw Summer John on the banks of a fast-moving river swipe a salmon while it was still swimming and take a bite out of it.
Oh.
Summer John.
I once saw Summer John naked in the back of a news cross.
Summer John. I once saw Summer John walk against the arrows on the ground at IKEA.
He doesn't care.
John. He cares not.
I've done that before.
I was in Carlton Gardens and I once saw Summer John defeat a possum in a staring contest.
Yes. Look out. Melbourne, you got 3 more weeks of Summer John.
I was in the middle of the city and I once saw Summer John park his Hilux in the middle of Fed Square.
Yes.
He does what he wants, Summer John.
Summer John. And then he slammed the door and just threw the keys in it and kept on walking.
He's here to stay.
I love it.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
And everyone in the studio is very excited to finally meet this guy.
David Wenham. You may have seen him in things like 300, Lord of the Rings, Peter Rabbit, Van Helsing, and who could forget Diver Dan from Sea Change. And now you can see him in A Christmas Carol at the Melbourne Comedy Theatre from November 12. Tickets at tickettech.com.au. I tell you, everyone's been like a giddy schoolchild to talk to you, David. Here's Wenham.
We really have. We're so excited to have a bona fide acting legend in our midst. Very impressed, David Wenham.
Oh, very good. Good morning.
Good morning. Wow. Do you want to get the chat about your comedy theatre performance out of the way before we dig into some other things?
All righty, let's go.
I can't wait to see it.
It's a goodie. It's an adaptation of A Christmas Carol that was done by the Old Vic Theatre in London, directed by probably one of the best theatre directors in the world, a guy called Matthew Warchus, who did stuff like, well, people here would know him from Matilda, a whole heap of stuff. It's his production. It blew people's minds in the UK. It went to Broadway. It picked up 5 Tony Awards and whatever. It's an amazing production.
David,
and this is the first time it's going to be seen here in Australia.
Is there a cast or is it just you?
No, that's an interesting point, actually. People think, oh, yeah, it's a one-man show, and it's like, well, no, it's not. It's huge. There's 16 other cast members. I'm the only person who has a solo talent of acting. All the other cast members sing, dance, act, and play musical instruments, and it's pretty wild. Wow. The singing in the show is unbelievable.
Did you see it on Broadway, David, or did you see it in the UK? Where did you see it?
I didn't. The very first time it was done was in the UK, and I was there, actually, and I remember the big posters on the tube stations with Rhys Ifans from, like, Train Spotting and whatever. He played my character, Scrooge.
He was in Notting Hill, wasn't he?
Yeah,
absolutely. He played Spike.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Your favourite film.
That's right. Ding. And... do I get $20?
You do, man.
Excellent. I'm
Jonathan,
going to see how much I can get.
Brownie, give him $20. Give him $20,
okay.
Brownie.
Yeah, ring that bell again.
Can we do it on Apple Pay?
Oh, brilliant. God, I'm going to go out here rather rich.
How could you miss this? A Christmas Carol with David Wenham as Scrooge. Tickettech.com.au. It's at the Comedy Theatre from November 12.
I just want to give a little plug as well to, I'm an ambassador for Food Bank, and everywhere that this play is played, a portion of the profits go to a local charity, and this production is donating to Food Bank, which is fantastic.
Good on you, Chrissie. Food Bank.
Aren't they great?
Yeah, amazing.
Amazing.
One of the guys from Food Bank came and chatted to us on the very first day of rehearsal and said that the need at the moment here in Melbourne is actually greater. More people are actually approaching Food Bank now than at the height of the lockdown and the pandemic.
Absolutely.
So it's
There was a moving story last week where a woman called up a radio... spoke to the people at Food Bank. She'd been given some cartons of tubs of yogurt, and she said, "Oh, can you just tell me what the best eaten by date on this is, because I want to keep it for Christmas Day so that my kids have a treat."
Yeah,
that's the situation.
Yeah, it's pretty dire.
Terrible.
I'm glad you clarified that too, Dave. Because up until then, I thought that Food Bank was just a front for laundering drug money.
But a very important
We've
word.
clarified
Swanee
that,
was
haven't
the
we?
head mafia person there.
That's right.
Yes.
What a great cover.
Brownie, where do you want to start?
Well, you've got such a back catalogue of film and TV. What has been the standout? Because I was talking about your role as portrayal as Andrew Fraser, who, of course, has been in the headlines of recent times, telling his story about how he's hooked up. He's, of course, famous lawyer who turned bad, ended up in the criminal world. But what has been your favourite role over the journey?
It is really a tricky picking one. He was an interesting one to play, actually.
Yeah, it was,
Andrew.
right.
Yeah.
Did you meet with him?
Ultimately, I did. I made a decision when I first worked on that miniseries. I wasn't going to meet him because I played a number of characters that, real life characters. And I just thought if I met him, I could possibly be seduced by him and want to portray him in a much more sort of empathetic way.
You had a couple of big nights with him too, I reckon.
Yeah, there'd be a few daylighters there.
Daylighters.
Daylighters.
That's
Welcome
a great
the
term.
phrase daylighters.
Oh, yeah. Oh, another $20.
How have I never heard that expression?
You've never heard that?
I've never heard
Seriously?
it either.
Love that.
I've done enough of
Jesus,
them.
where have you guys been? Yeah, but eventually there was a scene in that particular series with him and his wife at the time, and I could never understand why the two of them were together. I couldn't understand it and why she actually stayed with him. So I thought, I really need to meet him. So I did, and that was and she came along as well, and I sort of could understand it then.
David, I've got a few things here. Just your thoughts on these things. True or false?
Oh God, here goes.
Did you used to call bingo at Sydney's Marrickville Town Hall?
Yes.
You were a bingo caller.
Yeah, I was a bingo caller.
What did you just spice it up? What did you give
No,
it?
I was very serious back
Really?
then because there was a little bit of money involved. So I worked to put myself through acting school. I worked at a sports store Thursday night, Saturday morning, and called bingo Friday nights and Saturday nights.
What are some of the number combos, like 88 Two Fat Ladies?
Well, the thing is, because it was taken so seriously, we weren't allowed to do the rhymes. I know, ripped off.
Jeez.
However, the progression of my bingo calling, I started out with all the little numbers in a biscuit tin, because biscuits used to come in tins back then, and you'd shake the tin and then you'd pull out the numbers.
Wow.
But then while I was there, it progressed to something rather quite technologically fancy. There was a lady there who she'd do a few cards at the same time, and on her finger, on her left hand, because she was writing with the right, she had a little bit of wire around her middle finger that went up towards where her mouth would have been, with a little hole at the top, and in there she had a cigarette.
You're joking.
So she could smoke and do stuff at the same time.
Genius.
Wow. Yeah.
That's genius.
It's in our future,
Exactly, I was going to say.
That's a plot of a movie, though, or a TV show.
Oh,
That'd
I
be good.
can see that very clearly.
David Wenham, is it hard to get you to say yes to a project now? Because your palate for a good, unique project must be pretty high.
Yeah, look, I've got to say, I do say no more than yes. For example, the theatre piece I'm doing at the moment, A Christmas Carol, it's been 10 years since I was last on the stage, and I've been asked a lot of times to go back, but this was the first time I went, you know what, I actually do want to do this.
Cool. How exciting. I want to formally thank you for bringing us Johnny Spiteri. I think we've got a little grab from one of my favourite Australian characters ever, and I want to thank you for it from Getting Square.
Excuse me, who's paying for my bus fare today?
I would say that at least once a week to anyone that'll listen.
Yeah, I've got a very a big affectionate spot in my heart for Johnny.
So do I. So do I. I love him.
A couple others to just pass. When you did Public Enemies with Johnny Depp, but also I'm not interested about Johnny Depp, but your director, director well, he's been in the news. Director David
Michael.
Director
Do you have any
Michael Mann.
daylighters with Johnny?
Daylighters with Johnny.
I only have daylighters with Johnny.
Director Michael Mann, though, when you're on set, did you ever talk or ask him any questions about his masterpiece, Heat?
Yeah, I did actually. The first time I met him, I quizzed him about both De Niro and Pacino, and he talked at great length about their differences in acting approaches, but how ultimately, they were complementary, because that's a masterpiece, that film.
Yeah. And last one from me, bigger thrill, playing a part in The Lord of the Rings, or a debt collector from episode 954 of Sons and Daughters in 1987.
Oh, definitely Sons and Daughters. Was that the right answer? $20?
Do you remember the theme from Sons and Daughters?
Daughters,
love and laughter,
yes, that's right.
Tears and sadness.
Oh my God, you even.
Happiness.
She remembers
My God, you actually remember the lyrics.
Yeah,
Absolutely, she does.
I can do the next verse.
Oh my God.
We will find out our sons and daughters are what we two were once about.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Breathtaking.
I tell you what, I vaguely remember doing that role, and I'm sure I had to provide my own wardrobe.
Yes.
I remember wearing a black leather jacket, and I'm sure it was mine.
Lucky you didn't have the same situation with Lord of the Rings. Imagine all that pomp and finery.
This is a question that everyone else on the show likes to distance themselves from because we don't think it's a great question.
Oh, here we go. Everyone else is just sort of moving away from the microphone. Here we go.
Well, Samuel L. Jackson, I debuted this on Samuel L. Jackson. David Wenham, I only give it to the big actors. Yeah. David Wenham, how do you remember your lines?
Oh, that's interesting. Is that the question? Is it?
That's the question.
All right. I'm very lucky that I do have and I suppose it's just through training, an incredible short-term memory. I can literally pick up a piece of paper, the script there, read it probably about 3 times, and I would be pretty accurate word for word.
However,
yes, but there's a downside to it. It's good for what I do. However, my brain, I've obviously made pathways within my brain to do that. However, the other end of the extreme, my long-term memory is appalling. No good. I've been at too many daylighters. I've been on holidays with my other half. That I don't remember. I don't remember the country I've been to at the time, the holiday. Yeah, completely gone.
I think you and I might
Sure,
be...
I wasn't the mistress.
David, I've been on holidays with my better half that I'd like to forget.
A Christmas Carol at Melbourne's Comedy Theatre. Ticketek.com.au. It's from November 12.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Nova 100.